Everyone, Bri guy here. Don't really have much going on today. Don't really have much I really want to do. I do have this one video that I'm currently doing right now as you're watching that I really wanted to do today. And that is Rory MacDonald, the best MMA welterweight fighter in the world today. That's strictly my opinion, and I'm sure other people have that opinion as well. Rory recently left the UFC to go to Bellator. He has one win under his belt in Bellator against Paul Daly. That's his only fight. And he looked absolutely phenomenal against Paul Daly, a very, very tough fighter. Paul Daly, who also used to fight in the UFC. I think Rory's the best welterweight strictly because this past weekend, UFC 214 was July 29th. It was Jones versus DC. As you may or may not know, the co-main event for that event was Tyron Woodley versus Damian Maia, where we didn't see a very entertaining fight. But the main point I'm bringing that up is that Rory beat both of those men. And I think he beat them back to back. He beat Damian Maia first and then Woodley. Both decisions. But he beat them. He went 2 fights with Robbie. One at UFC 167, the other at UFC 189, that legendary fight at 189, one of my favorites. Many people, and I think on the judges' scorecard, Rory was up 2-1 against Lawler in that second fight at 189. But then Robbie out muscled him, grinded him, and just out brawled him. And Rory had a fractured nose, something along those lines in that fight. Got hit and then just dropped. He just couldn't fight anymore. So Robbie did get the best of him in that second fight, but Rory was beating him up until that point. Rory just ran through the welterweight division during his time. I know he lost to Condit earlier in his career, but I remember watching that fight and thinking Rory was ahead. He got finished in the last 10 seconds. I felt it was maybe an early stoppage. Rory wasn't so much defending himself, but he wasn't curled up in a ball, not doing anything. He was fully aware of what was going on. But that's whatever. It's in the past. I just think Rory's the best welterweight on the planet. He's beaten everyone he's faced pretty much. He's had very close fights. Every fight he's been in has been close inside the UFC, whether he's been finished or not. They've been very close fights. It's unfortunate that he's not in the UFC anymore. His last fight was against Wonder Boy, where he went to a decision against Wonder Boy. Again, that was a very close fight. The fact that Wonder Boy fought Woodley, Woodley fought Maia, Woodley fought Lawler, and Rory fought all those guys, and except for Woodley, obviously Wonder Boy and Lawler, he beat. But he has close fights against them. I think it's unfortunate that the UFC and him couldn't come to terms. He was probably with money. Bellator's handing out shekels like no one's business over there. They're getting everyone. They're snatching everyone up. But UFC still is the mecca of MMA. That's where all the top talent is, and that's where all the eyes go to. Most of the eyes, majority of the eyes go to, and it's just unfortunate that someone so talented and so young like Rory is in Bellator. No disrespect to the Bellator welterweights or the Bellator middleweight fighters. I know we're always talking about going up to middleweight, which would absolutely be sensational if he moved up to middleweight and fought at middleweight in the UFC, or even still fought at welterweight. There's so many great fights from him at welterweight. Imagine Rory and Donald Cerrone. That'd just be amazing to see. So yeah, I think Rory's the best welterweight on the world, in the planet today, in the planet today. He's just so dominant. He does everything so well. He trains over at TriStar. It's one of the best camps there is in MMA. Like I said, though, it's unfortunate that he's in Bellator, but he's doing well in Bellator, obviously. He's making good money, hopefully, and maybe one day we'll see him in the UFC once again. I just feel it's unfortunate because he's 28 years old right now. He's in his prime, or he's entering his prime. He's such a great fighter. It's unfortunate that he's not in UFC right now, because he could be champ. Like I said, he beat Woodley. Whether that was a different Woodley and their rematch would be a lot different, but it doesn't matter. He beat Woodley, so he could be champ right now. And then with talks of GSP coming in, you know, you never know. We could see that fight. But so yeah, that's my video. I think Rory's the best welterweight in the world. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and yeah, Rory MacDonald, Canada, represent.